Please kindly introduce yourself and the kind of music you do.
Yeah, my name is Wole Mayowa, also known as Wale Sentimenta. Uh, I'm an Afro Beat artist and also a fashion designer. I play
Yeah, just
I
continue.
play music for quite a number of years, almost a decade now. Uh, so far, so good. I lead a band called the Optimist Band, and we play actually local and international shows. Presently, we're working on an album, though a single is going to be dropped in a couple of weeks to this time. So,
Okay. So when would you say you started professionally? When did you go professionally into music?
uh, I started music as a child, but professionally, I started in 2011. Though I actually started as a gospel artist for quite a number of years. So that was 2006 to be precise. But in 2011, I delved into secular music.
Okay.
Yeah, so and that's what we still do up to now.
Okay. So tell us what informed that change from gospel to secular?
Actually, um, the gospel industry is quite fortunate that they do not value talent. If I may, if I may, if I may say, because if you find most of the good musicians out there today, majority of them are from gospel background, and most importantly, when you started from a church and you try to put all your effort, possibly maybe from the choir, and you're able to come up and build your own a team, and you start going from one church to another playing, and at the end of the day, when you play finish, they could just tell you, so my brother, that was a wonderful performance, God bless you. And unfortunately, you have nothing to pay your band boys, and eventually the career is being threatened by the time the band boys start telling you, I'm sorry, I ain't gonna come to rehearsal because you didn't pay me for the last show we went to. So I was actually losing my band voice at the point when we go to shows and we don't get paid, because the pastor will tell you you are doing the work of God and it's only God that can actually reward you.
Okay.
So when you go to studio, the studio will not tell you you are doing gospel, they're going to record for you free. You want to rehearse and you want to clothe yourself and feed yourself, put on a good outfit. They ain't going to tell you that, oh, this guy is a gospel artist, we don't need to charge him for all of that. So
Okay. So
it's frustrating to actually survive in the gospel settings.
okay. So it's safe to say the money was the major attraction.
Money is part of it, because money is the keke, is the bicycle of gospel, to be precise. I remember vividly when you talk to when it comes to promoting, we actually don't play music. A real musician doesn't play music for money, absolutely. Because the reason is, if you really actually want to survive in the industry, you have to first of all play music for passion.
Yeah.
So we're actually playing it for fashion at the beginning, but when the tax now begin to come, like you have to record, you have to go for rehearsal, you need to develop yourself, you need to appear good in the public, and the fund is not actually coming from what you do in the gospel setting, you get frustrated and feel like, man,
Okay.
you no go fit work this way anymore.
All right.
So, and when you've been invited to a secular setting to even do the same gospel music and you get paid handsomely, you don't want to go back to church and perform anymore, man.
Okay. So, all right. Let's move on. Since you moved to secular, how would you say it has been from 2011 to now? That's like 10, approximately 10 years. What are the lessons you've learned? What are the experiences so far?
Uh, Secular setting is more conducive, though it's more taxing anyway, because the reason is that before, if you play in the church, whether the music is good or bad, they will still clap. You understand? But if you come to the secular, you play rubbish here, there, you get stoned on the stage, and unfortunately, you might not be acceptable. I mean, accepted rather. So coming back to secular, it's actually challenging. You have to work harder to get your music accepted in the general, to the audience rather. So it's been profitable. Let me put it that way, because absolutely all the effort has actually not been put into. It hasn't been a wasteful effort so far. Okay. So wherever we appear, we have been appreciated and we have been
getting paid for it.
You understand? So it's been fun and it's been profitable. Absolutely.
Okay. So how many albums have you done since you started in 2011?
I've only dropped an album. That was Sentimenta. That was in 2015. Yeah.
Okay. So how was it received? How much success?
Absolutely. The album was not released in Nigeria.
Okay.
In 2013, I was signed by a marketing company in the US, and they took up the recording project, and it was actually recorded in the US and released there. Okay. So, and so far so good. Most of though it was more on it was more sold on digital platform.
Okay.
So it wasn't bad at all. Okay. I mean, for a beginner anyway.
Okay, so what's the next step now for Wale Sentimenta? What are you currently working on? What should we expect from you?
Presently now, I'm working on an album again, but I'm going to drop a single by end of this month, which is 29th of February 2020.
Okay.
So I will be dropping a track called Spend My Money.
Okay.
So we should watch out for this wonderful track,
Okay. So before we go, how would you describe the music industry for you based on the experience you've had in the last decade? How would you describe it? Is it growing? Is it static? Is it full of snakes, as many people say?
For me, from the experience beyond Nigeria, Nigerian music has actually gone viral, has really gone big across the world, because presently all our music journey is actually tagged Afrobeat. So even someone that plays Fuji in Nigeria now call it Afrobeat. So when you go outside this part of the world and you go outside Nigeria and you say, oh, what kind of music do you play? I play Afrobeat. So they could give you a recognition for that. And where's Afrobeat from? Absolutely from Nigeria. So Nigerian music has actually grown big. And from experience also, it's taxing in Nigeria to play a kind of genre I play. Afrobeat, the real Afro, because we have Afrobeats and we have Afrobeat. The real Afrobeat is the one that, the Femi Kuti, Seun Kuti, Fela Anikulapo Kuti, Lagbaja, and the rest of them plays. The Afrobeats are the one, the Olamide, Davido, what's it called? Wizkid, and people like Burna Boy. That's the kind of music they play. So now, the hip hop aspect of it, which is called Afro hip hop. Afro hip hop is more accepted in Nigeria than the Afrobeat, and the reason for this is absolutely because there is no proper promotion from the icon that plays this particular genre. Because if you look at it, Femi Kuti is big everywhere across the world. If you go to Europe, if you mention Femi Kuti, everybody knows him. And if you ask a small baby in Nigeria, maybe a child of 10, 12 years, do you know Femi Kuti? He might tell you, sorry, I don't. But if you ask that small boy of 3 years or 5 years old, do you know Wizkid? He will tell you, yes, he knows Wizkid. It's not because Wizkid sings better than Femi Kuti, no. It's not that Wizkid is bigger than Femi Kuti, but Wizkid music is everywhere. The hip-hop guys promote their music more than the Afrobeat, the real Afrobeat musicians. So I wouldn't say the Afrobeat is not accepted here in Nigeria or any part of the world. It's just because the proper promotion has actually not been put into it.
Okay. So let's in this industry, what do you hope to achieve? What is your goal? What are you looking forward to? What are you working towards in this industry? Say the next 2-3 years. What should we expect from you?
As it is now, I'm taking the real Afrobeat to the next level, and being a live performing artist, I believe that real music should be done this way, and that is what we're actually projecting, that musicians should play music like real musicians. You don't just go on stage and do DJ track 1, DJ track 2, and allow people to sing your song while you just mime on the stage or jump up and down. I'm looking at an avenue whereby the music industry should be, the real musicians in the industry prevails on the platform of music entertainment. So why the, how do I call it, the Shaku Shaku boys, you understand, go back there and learn the real music. So we are giving it a task that music should be played the way it should be played.
What would a successful career be for you in music? How would you rate? Okay, when I get to this point, I can say I'm successful.
Wale on Broadway. Yeah. Once I get on Broadway, then I give thanks to my maker. Yeah.
Final word for the fans.
I just want everyone out there to look forward to spend my money, and this track is going to be dropped in a couple of weeks time, and I want you to just put your phone and just go straight to my page and follow me, so that when this music drops, you can easily have the clue.
You want to do so?
So follow Wale Sentimenta on Instagram page Sentimelo Groove, and on Facebook Wale Sentimenta. Sentimenta doesn't have L. Sentimenta ends with A. Wale Sentimenta. Then on Twitter, Wale_Sentimenta.
Thank you very much for coming. Thank you for your time.
You're welcome.